Yeah, I'm just a bill. I'm only a bill. Vote for me upon Capitol Hill. Off to the White House, we're waiting in line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. Sign within a BA law. At least I hope and pray that he will. But for now, I'm still just a bill. I hope and pray that he will, but for now I am still just a bill. Hey everybody, my name is John Dale and this is Spearfish City Limits. Thank you for joining me on this little specialty production that we put together here. I've been wanting to do this for a while because I feel like when I figure something out, I like to share that with the people that I care about, my friends and my family, and that's you. So today we'll be brewing what I consider to be, in my opinion, the perfect cup of coffee. And I've had a lot of coffee in my 48 years. And I've had some really bad cups of coffee and some really good cups of coffee, and this is just the best cup of coffee I've ever had. So I wanted to share that with you today. So let's go through the ingredients and supplies that you'll need in order to replicate this recipe. So here we have, I like to use French roast because of the acidity level, and I use organic. I like to use organic. This is USDA certified organic. That means that you're less likely to get pesticides and other nasties in there. I get the whole beans, and then I grind them, and I keep them in this handy dandy little container that had some other kind of coffee in it at some point, but it was just a nice container and it seals, so it keeps that fresh. And so here you can see we have 7.2 grams of ground coffee, a tall stainless steel pot, my coffee pot, a coffee filter, a stainless steel screen with no plastic. You'll notice that I'm not using any plastic here. I don't want to use any plastic, especially after I apply the heat of the water, because I don't think that the perfect cup of coffee should have plastic in it. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this over to the stove. I've also used 3 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and put this coffee into the filter here. So I've used 3 cups of water, and I've pre-boiled it so that we don't have to sit there and wait in the video for the water to boil. And it's really simple. But why don't you go ahead and tighten in on this, Casey, and then I'll kind of show my technique. So this is also in the quiet of the morning. This is kind of a soothing and satisfying thing to do for me, is to pour the coffee over, and the smell of that coffee when it comes off of there, oh, it's incredible. There's not a lot of residue or schmutz in a coffee pot that you smell along with it. It's just that every single day it's the exact same smell, and it's a wonderful smell. And on those really cold mornings, I like to put my head right over here and just breathe in those delicious essential oil aromas of the coffee, and just pour it slowly. And you can see here that it brews pretty quickly, so there's not a lot of waiting, which is also something I like in the morning, and I don't like to wait. And as you know, as I got really good at this, I've done this hundreds and hundreds of times now, I'll take that little stream of water and just trickle it down the sides of the filter to push down that coffee down to the bottom of the filter again, and then recirculate it. And that's kind of my advanced brewing process here. It's also kind of a challenge for you OCD people out there. You want to get all that coffee off of there, right? So then when I'm just about done with my water, I'll go ahead and just fill that up all the way, and then let that drain all the way down through there. So let's just watch that coffee settle in there. It's actually kind of satisfying to watch the coffee settle. So I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes of that. Oh, delicious aromas coming off of there. The oils in a good organic French roast smell so good, don't they? As the coffee brews. While that's going, I should say that Spearfish City Limits is a production of PlainsTribune.com. Thank you so much for joining us here today for this simple little touch base on something that a lot of us do every day and maybe don't think that there might be a better way to do things. sometimes going backwards is going forwards. If you want really high quality, sometimes like organic vegetables too, like homegrown vegetables like they used to grow down in the Spearfish Valley there. You kind of have to go back to go forward sometimes. That's about it. Usually I'll let it settle another couple minutes, but let's see how much we get out of this. And if you can mix this to your taste, and it doesn't actually have much of an impact on the cost of it. So let's just see how many cups of coffee we were able to brew off of this. Looks like we got a couple of good cups here, and not a standard measure of cup, but rather, you know, 2 full ceramic mugs. You'll notice that's ceramic. I'm not drinking out of a plastic mug, obviously, but I think I do have, I have this really cool branded Spearfish City Limits stainless steel insulated job that actually is really delicious for those mornings when I want to get that last, you know, percentile out of my coffee experience. Okay, so we got 2 full cups out of that. So let's take a look at some of the prices, or some of the costing of this. All right, so let's have a quick discussion. So we have a bag of coffee that was about 26 ounces per bag. The bag was about $10. Your mileage will vary. Your grocery store will have less or more expensive bags of this stuff. 7.2 grams of the coffee was 10 cents when we did some of the math. If we're wrong on any of this, post it down in the comments, and we would appreciate corrections if we got our math wrong. And then did we talk about water? Have we talked about the water yet? Let's talk about the water. So before we finish that costing analysis, we get triple filtered ozonated water from Black Hills Pure here in Spearfish, and they don't pay me anything. I drink their water. I buy their water weekly, twice a week, and my family and I, we use it for cooking, we use it for coffee, we use it for drinking water, we use it for mixing our orange juice. It's incredibly pure, healthy water with the ozone in there, which is a detoxifier. It's really great, and that's key, okay? That's really central. And so let's talk about how much this premium water is going to cost you and set you back. So 1 gallon is about 15 cents. 3 cups is around 3 cents. Again, check us on our math, please. And so the 3 cups of that water, 3 cents. So now we have, let's talk about the gas. I was not able to really figure this out that accurately, but I think some estimates were that you can run a gas fireplace for about 29 cents an hour. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I just figured about 8 cents. If you have some ideas on this, let me know. So here we have 10 cents plus 3 cents plus 8 cents equals about 21 cents. And that's for the whole pot of coffee, which in this case was 2 large cups, or 3 cups brewed of water and our ingredients together. So we're looking at about, what, 10.5 cents per cup for our coffee, which is pretty expensive. I mean, for the perfect cup of coffee you would expect that it would be very expensive. I mean, we're like twice as much as Wall Drug, for heaven's sake, for the perfect cup of coffee. So I guess that's it. I wanted to share that and get it off my chest, just in case I get hit by a bus tomorrow or fall into the buffalo jump. I figured I wanted to get that on record so that other people could see you know, how the elite live. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next time with another video pretty soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, enjoy this really neat torte pan that we got in northern Arizona long time ago.